party is in disarray, the Labour Party. You see what is happening?
Yes,
you are one of those calling for the head of Julius Abure. Why?
I don't know whether you're right. But I know that I said I disagree with the clandestine nature of the way they want to handle the issue of national convention. I find it unconstitutional and I find it unconventional. And the way they're going about it, I find it very abusive and uncharacteristic of Labour Party. Let me tell you one provision of the Constitution of Labour Party I admire so much. In the aims and objectives of the party. Article 8C of the Constitution. He said, the aim of this party should be to create a new Nigerian personality who is patriotic, altruistic, transparent, committed to due process and rule of law in governance, in industry, and in other aspects of our national life. So anything you're doing in Labour Party and is not transparent, and you're not being selfless, and you're not being patriotic, and you're not committed to the rule of law and due process, sorry, that falls short of the constitutional requirement of Labour Party. Do you know I saw the notice of the convention in the social media like any other person? And I was the one who was calling the executives to confirm before I even tell people that it is true that they fixed a national convention. I saw it in the social media. Is political party an occultic clandestine society?
Are you a card member of the Labour Party?
Yes, I am.
You joined from your state in Enugu State?
Very well. After they came to Abuja to register me, in my ward chairman from Nsukka sent a representative. I went to the national headquarters and then went back to my ward and completed the registration. So I am a member of Labour Party.
What? I mean, if there are those who think that the Labour Party chairman assumed office illegally, you agree with that argument?
Assumed office illegally, I will disagree. Because I know that when the other chairman died, the National Executive Council met and chose him to become the chairman, which is constitutional. By virtue of Article 13, 2B, XVI, the National Executive Council can fill any gap between national convention. They can also discipline anybody. You know what? The seat of the administration of Labour Party is not in the National Working Committee. It's in the National Executive Council. The National Working Committee, for instance, has no power whatsoever in anything that has to do with national convention. If you check the Constitution, Article 13.3b, you will not find the phrase national convention mentioned in one of the functions of the National Working Committee. The power is bestowed 100% on the National Executive Council.
So what they are doing right now is illegal
and unconstitutional. And when they talk about NLC, I feel very, very sad. It's either they are doing it mischievously or they are doing it ignorantly. They're trying to say NLC. First of all, what they said about Joe Ajero, that Joe Ajero is doing what he's doing because he's interested in the executive positions in National Working Committee.
And that you are one of those Joe Ajero is planning to use to foist as leadership on the party.
You know why I'm laughing? I do not have any communication with any member of the Nigerian Labour Congress. None. I've never sat down one-on-one to discuss with Joe Ajero about Labour Party. A few occasions I met him, we exchanged pleasantries. Very few occasions, and everybody left. But let me tell you the people that are doing the wrong thing. I hate when people approbate and reprobate. when the renegade faction went to the secretariat and threw out Abure and his officers, it was still the same Joe Ajero that mobilized the Nigerian Labour Congress under the correct position that Nigerian Labour Congress is a factor in Labour Party, and that you people that came in from the back door. It was still this Joe Ajero that mobilized people and went to the National Assembly and threw those people out and restored Julius Abure and his members. And now they are turning back when the same Joe Ajero and NLC use the same method, because they are saying what you're doing is illegal and unconstitutional, to preserve and protect the integrity and sanctity of the secretariat, like they did before. Now you're in the receiving end. You're now saying all the things you don't know. Let me tell you, NLC is part and parcel of the National Executive Council and even the National Working Committee.
Statutorily.
Sure, not as an organization, but the Constitution gave them power to elect one of the national deputy chairman. Must be from NLC, one from TUC. As members, do you know that the presidents and secretaries of labor centers are members of the National Executive Council statutorily? I am talking about Article 13
of the Labour Party Constitution.
It is here. A National Working Committee. That's why we have 3 deputy national chairmen in Labour Party. One of them must be from NLC, the other from TUC. One must be a woman. Women leaders of labor centers are members of the National Executive Council.
They are accusing Joe Ajero of,
Yes.
bearing a presidential ambition, and that's why he's doing all of this to the Labour Party.
First of all, I find it laughable. And you know why? Is it because of what is happening that they are bringing the blackmail? You know, when you say they want to pencil me down. Yeah, I think I was watching your show, was it yesterday? And when I heard my name, I was looking around to know that there is another Kenneth Ogongo. I think the guy just likes dropping my name. Maybe my name gives him vitamin kwekwe, and he just can't stop it if he believes that it derives some essential nutrients from mentioning it. So he just can't stop it. And me being a lawyer that allows people to have their freedom, you know. But you know what? I do not succumb to the blackmail of professional troublemakers. What do you expect from them? They feed from the crisis. So they will always blackmail. When Judge Jero was defending them, you saw Abure standing by the side of Judge Jero. Judge Jero was the king, this and that. Now I saw what that person, you just mentioned his name. I saw what he said. He's now talking about making, as if he's now rapporting the Abure faction. You know why? Because the Court of Appeal just nullified them. And please, when you call them again and use the word faction, you are rendering yourself liable to be sued. Because the Court of Appeal has thrown away their case. That's why you did not hear him mention again interim order. You didn't hear him saying Abure forged or did not forge. Now he's saying they are one party. You heard him. And then it's now Joe Ajero that is the criminal. It's not NLC. These people do not have principles. They feed on crisis.
So you think that Julius Abure's time as
Yes.
national chairman of the party is over and he should go?
Now,
Is that what you think?
Now, constitutionally, if he believes that he has the right to contest under a free and fair convention, you know, I heard them saying that they want to go to national convention first, rather than starting from the word. Maybe they forgot that in the constitution of Labour Party, that delegates from the state congress are part of the national convention. Maybe they forgot. And again, most of these people from the ward level are appointed. How can appointed people come to elect people in the national convention? You can't give what you don't have. There has to be, because Labour Party is now growing. So you have to build the structures from the ward level. You do your ward level congress, you do your state congress, then if he organizes free and fair convention, if he presents himself, which he has the constitutional right to do if he wins, because what I am interested in is due process and rule of law.
But you think in your mind
In my
that
opinion,
Julius Abure should go?
If I were Julius Abure, I would not contest to be the chairman of Labour Party.
Why?
I mean, the renegade group has alleged that you forged things. The former acting national chairman, a woman, has alleged that you forged things. Some candidates that offered themselves for election under Labour Party have alleged you forged something. Your national treasurer has alleged you forged something. The NLC, who is a prominent member, has alleged you forged something. Let me tell you, in politics, you win by perception. It is when you go to court and you begin to talk about facts and evidence and law. But in politics, the perception is not just right for you. If I were in his position, I would not contest. I am really surprised that he was even contemplating, after all these things, to contest. What perception are we going to have, the Labour Party, when we say we want people who not only that they are not corrupt, but they are incorruptible? Obi has been a governor for 8 years, has been the chairman of banks, held certain positions of trust. How many people have accused him of forging anything?
Why has Peter Obi not spoken up about this matter?
When you see Peter Obi, you ask him.
You are his friend.
Yes, and he's a spokesperson.
You don't think that if he speaks on this matter, this might actually heal what has become sort of a disgrace and a bad reputation for the Labour Party?
Everybody has his own method and methodology of dealing with things. I am an entertainer, I'm an actor. He's a businessman. We may share the same principles and objectives, but we may not share the same temperament. Allow him to use his own method, just as you should allow me to use mine. When you see him, you ask him.